Have you been diagnosed with nephrogenic systemic fibrosis, commonly called NSF? A dye used in MRI and MRA scans has been linked to this potentially fatal disorder. Symptoms of NSF include burning, itching skin, severe joint pain, muscle weakness, and blister-like lesions. If you've been diagnosed with NSF, nephrogenic systemic fibrosis, call board-certified lawyer Terry Bryant, 1-800-444-5000.
Attention parents of boys who took the prescription drug Risperdal. If your son took Risperdal and then developed gynecomastia, a condition where boys develop enlarged breasts, you may have a claim for money damages. Lawsuits have been filed against the manufacturer of Risperdal. If your son developed enlarged breasts while taking the prescription drug Risperdal, call right now. Call Gerard Gibbs at 1-800-333-5923. Call 1-800-333-5923.
Attention! If you received a shoulder pain pump after your arthroscopic surgery, there is a chance you could develop shoulder cartilage disintegration, or PAGCL.
PAGCL, or shoulder cartilage disintegration, is a debilitating and extremely painful condition that can last a lifetime. If you have been using a shoulder pain pump and started having constant, severe shoulder pain, stiffness in your shoulder, weakness in your shoulder, or any clicking, popping, or grinding of your shoulder, you may need shoulder replacement surgery. Call the Goldwater Law Firm right now for a free evaluation of your legal rights.
If this has happened to you or a loved one, it's important that you call me right away. You may be entitled to financial compensation.
If you've been using a shoulder pain pump and now have any of these symptoms, call the Goldwater Law Firm right now.
Call 1-800-339-2748. That's 1-800-339-2748.
An important medical alert for denture cream users. Denture creams such as Fixodent and Super Polygrip can contain zinc, a dangerous element that can cause numbness, tingling, pain, or weakness in your arms and legs. If you use denture creams such as Fixodent or Super Polygrip and have any of these symptoms, or have been diagnosed with high zinc or low copper, you may be entitled to compensation. Don't wait. Call Chafin Luhana now at 800-611-3345 for a free consultation. Call Chafin Luhana right now.
Attention Reglan users. Reglan, also known as metoclopramide, is a drug used to treat reflux and other stomach conditions. Reglan can be safe and effective for many, but it has also been linked to tardive dyskinesia, a severe neurological disorder. Symptoms can include abnormal movements of the tongue, face, arms, legs, or body, or abnormal muscular contractions. If you or someone you love has taken Reglan for 3 months or longer and suffered any of these symptoms, call board-certified lawyer Terry Bryant, 713-973-8888.
Attention users of Vioxx.
The FDA warns that Vioxx may double the risk of heart attack, stroke, or even cardiac death.
On September 30th, 2004, the largest prescription drug recall in history was issued for Vioxx.
Merck, the multi-billion-dollar manufacturer of Vioxx, may be to blame for your heart attack or stroke.
The law firm of Robert Goldwater and their affiliates know how to make companies like Merck pay for their mistakes.
Call 1-800-728-4200. That's 1-800-728-4200.
Attention! If you or a loved one has been exposed to benzene, you may be at risk for cancer. Benzene is a known carcinogen and has been linked to leukemia and other blood disorders. If you have been affected by benzene exposure, you may be entitled to financial compensation. The attorneys at Anapol Weiss can help. Click here or call us for your free case evaluation. There is no fee unless we win your case.
If you took the diet drug combination known as Fen-Phen or the diet drugs Pondamin or Redux, you may have heart valve problems and not know it. As a result of a proposed class action settlement, you could be eligible for free medical testing and compensation, but you must act promptly. You must decide whether to participate in this settlement by March 30th, 2000. If you do nothing, your legal rights will be affected. Call 1-800-386-2070 today.
Recently, several deaths have been linked to faulty defibrillator wiring.
If you've had a defibrillator implanted, check your device identification card. If that card has Medtronic listed anywhere on it, call the law firm of Robert Goldwater right now.
If you have Medtronic wiring on your defibrillator, call the law firm of Robert Goldwater right now.
Don't put this off. Call me immediately. You may be entitled to a large cash award.
Call 1-800-497-1313. That's 1-800-497-1313.
Attention, a brand new study has just linked popular energy drinks to serious heart problems.
If you were hospitalized for heart problems after consuming an energy drink, call the Goldwater Law Firm.
If this has happened to you or a loved one, call us right now. You may be entitled to substantial compensation.
If you or a loved one suffered a stroke or heart problems after consuming an energy drink, call 1-800-494-8686. That's 1-800-494-8686.
Have you or a loved one developed cartilage damage or chronic pain following arthroscopic shoulder surgery? Many patients were prescribed a pain pump to help deal with post-surgical pain. But a recent study in the American Journal of Sports Medicine identified a link between intra-articular pain pumps and cartilage damage. If you have been diagnosed with PAGCL, you might be entitled to compensation for your pain and suffering. To determine your rights, call 616-5000 now to schedule your free consultation with Jensen Law.
Attention. Have you suffered complications after having an MRI? The FDA has issued safety warnings concerning gadolinium, a chemical used in MRI contrast dyes. The chemical can remain in the patient's body long after the MRI, causing serious injuries such as muscle or joint pain or burning, skin thickening or discoloration, chronic headaches or memory issues. If you have experienced complications following an MRI, please call the Charles Boyk Law Offices at 888-888-2110 and fight for the compensation you and your family may deserve.
This is important news for people who have taken the drug Propecia for male hair loss or Proscar for enlarged prostate and suffered complications requiring medical treatment. Propecia and Proscar, which contain the same drug, have been linked to sexual dysfunction, certain prostate cancers, and male breast cancer. If you or a loved one took the drug Propecia or Proscar and were then treated by a medical doctor for sexual dysfunction, certain prostate cancers, or male breast cancer, call the number below right now. The consultation is free and confidential, and you may be eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. If you or a loved one were injured by the hair loss drug Propecia or injured by Proscar, a drug prescribed for enlarged prostate, call now and see if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. This confidential call is free, and we don't get paid unless you get paid. Call the number below right now. Operators are standing by.
Philips recalled millions of CPAP, BiPAP, and mechanical ventilators which are causing cancer. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with cancer, respiratory, or organ damage after using Philips CPAP or BiPAP machines, call Elk & Elk at 1-800-ELK-OHIO.
If you took the diet drugs Fen-Phen and haven't talked to a lawyer, you really should. See, Fen-Phen's been linked to heart valve damage and an even more dangerous condition called primary pulmonary hypertension. While some Fen-Phen claims have already been paid out of a $12 billion compensation fund, there's still time to act. I'm Terry Crouppen. My law firm is Brown & Crouppen. I took Fen-Phen. Call now for free at 1-800-536-HELP.
If you've suffered from a failed Exactech knee or ankle implant, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Exactech, headquartered in Florida, has recalled thousands of defective knee and ankle replacements. Those dealing with defective Exactech implants may be suffering from bone loss, swelling, or loss of mobility. They may need corrective surgeries. For your free consultation, contact Farah & Farah at 1-800-HURT 24/7.
Attention, parents of boys who have taken the drug Risperdal. Risperdal is prescribed to treat behavioral disorders, including schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, and irritability associated with autism. Clinical trials have reported an association between treatment in young males and gynecomastia, the growth of male breast tissue. Boys who develop gynecomastia often undergo surgical procedures such as breast reduction and may experience emotional trauma. If your son took Risperdal and was diagnosed with male breast enlargement, you and your child may be entitled to financial compensation. Call the Rely On Group to be connected with an experienced attorney for a free consultation. There is no risk on your part, and you don't owe us a penny unless we are successful. Hundreds of cases have already been filed against the manufacturer of Risperdal, so don't wait. Call the Rely On Group at 800-713-8560 for a free consultation. That's 800-713-8560.
Attention Vioxx users. On September 30th, 2004, Vioxx was pulled off the market due to increased risk of heart attacks, strokes, and death to patients. If you or a loved one suffered a heart attack, stroke, or died while taking the prescription drug Vioxx, call today and discuss your legal rights. You may be entitled to compensation. Call 1-800-22-VIOXX. That's 1-800-22-VIOXX. Let us fight for you. Call 1-800-22-VIOXX.
Recently, researchers found users of denture cream such as Super Polygrip and Fixodent may be at risk for zinc poisoning. Denture cream users may develop neuropathy, with symptoms including numbness, tingling, or pain in your extremities, loss of ability to move legs, arms, or hands, or poor balance. If you use denture cream and suffer from any of these symptoms, you may be entitled to compensation. For a free consultation, contact Peterson & Associates toll-free at 877-DRUG-GIANT or go to druglawfirm.com.
The spokesperson is not a lawyer.
Attention diabetics.
If you or a loved one has suffered a heart attack, stroke, or even died while taking the diabetes drug Avandia, call attorney Gordon McKernan right now.
If you or a loved one has taken this drug and were injured, call me right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation.
Get Gordon. Get your lawyer.
If you've taken the diabetes drug Avandia and were injured, call 1-800-546-2350. That's 1-800-546-2350.
Attention mothers and fathers of children with birth defects.
If you took Zoloft, Prozac, Paxil, or another antidepressant while pregnant and your child was born with a birth defect, call attorney Gordon McKernan right now.
I'm attorney Gordon McKernan. If this has happened to you or a loved one, call me right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation.
For a free case review, call 1-800-555-1212. That's 1-800-555-1212.
The FDA reports that some patients taking the anti-smoking drug Chantix may experience suicidal thoughts and aggressive behavior. Although thought to be safe and effective for many users, serious emotional changes may occur within weeks, even days after starting Chantix treatment. If your loved one committed suicide or was hospitalized for attempted suicide while taking Chantix, find out if we can help you. Call Norris Injury Lawyers at 1-800-REAL-LAW for a free confidential evaluation.
Attention, the blood-thinning drug Xarelto has been linked to internal bleeding and strokes.
If you took Xarelto and then suffered from internal bleeding or a stroke, call attorney Ken Nugent right now.
I'm attorney Ken Nugent. If you or a loved one has taken this drug and were injured, call us right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation.
If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered internal bleeding, a stroke, or even died, call 1-800-CALL-KEN. That's 1-800-CALL-KEN.
Attention Actos users.
A jury has ordered the makers of Actos to pay $9 billion because they hid the fact that it causes bladder cancer. If you or a loved one took Actos and now have bladder cancer, call attorney Ken Nugent right now.
I'm attorney Ken Nugent. Do something about it. Call us right now. Your compensation may be substantial.
If you or a loved one took Actos and now have bladder cancer, call 1-800-CALL-KEN. That's 1-800-CALL-KEN.
Attention Digitech users. Digitech tablets, also known as digoxin tablets, were recently recalled from the market. Digitech has been linked to death in patients. The problem: Double-strength tablets were given to patients in error, causing low blood pressure, a slow heartbeat, and cardiac instability. If your loved one took Digitech tablets and died after taking Digitech tablets, call the Allen Law Firm at 1-800-916-5LAW for a free consultation. Call 1-800-916-5LAW.
This is a legal alert for women diagnosed with ovarian cancer following the use of talcum powder for feminine hygiene purposes. If you regularly used Johnson's Baby Powder, Shower to Shower, or another talcum powder product, and now have ovarian cancer, you may have important legal rights. Call 1-800-583-4444 or visit youhavealawyer.com to learn more. Due to the manufacturer's failure to adequately warn about the potential cancer risks associated with talcum powder, the law offices of Science & Kirk are reviewing cases for women with ovarian cancer nationwide. Protect your family and find out what legal options may be available by calling 1-800-583-4444 or visit youhavealawyer.com. Financial compensation may be available if you or a loved one was diagnosed with ovarian cancer following regular and consistent use of Johnson's Baby Powder, Shower to Shower, or another talcum powder product. There are no fees unless a recovery is obtained. Contact Science & Kirk for a free consultation and claim evaluation to determine if you or a loved one may have a case for ovarian cancer caused by talcum powder. Call 1-800-583-4444 or visit youhavealawyer.com. That's 1-800-583-4444. This is a legal alert for the users of Benicar. If you or a loved one have suffered chronic diarrhea or other gastrointestinal problems after using Benicar, call 1-800-583-4444 or visit youhavealawyer.com. Legal claims are being reviewed for the users of the blood pressure medication Benicar who have required medical treatment for severe diarrhea, sudden weight loss, or other symptoms of a medical condition known as sprue-like enteropathy. Call 1-800-583-4444 for a free legal consultation. That's 1-800-583-4444 or online at youhavealawyer.com.
Have you or a loved one been prescribed the weight loss drug Meridia? If so, call 205-933-LEGAL. European markets pulled Meridia in 2002, and October 8th of this year, the FDA issued an immediate recall of Meridia due to severe risk of heart attack, stroke, and even death from direct effects of this dangerous weight loss drug. So if you or a loved one has taken Meridia, call the Garman Law Firm now at 205-933-LEGAL or visit drugrecall.tv. Get results. Get justice. Get Garman.
An important announcement for food processing plant workers and their families. Recent reports indicate a link between diacetyl, a chemical used in the artificial butter flavoring process, and a potentially fatal lung disease called bronchiolitis obliterans. If you or a loved one has worked around or been exposed to diacetyl and suffered serious respiratory problems, you may be entitled to compensation. Call now to learn your legal rights. Call toll-free